generation, it's gonna shine a light. I'm gonna shine that light right from the very start. I gave you my heart, whether you believe what I said or followed another narrative instead. I have always been here, I have always been clear. The honesty channel, the 66 take, the online demos, the lockdown days, the code on the censorship, the mass wars, people being cuts and proud of it. Some generation X, I'm gonna shine a light, I'm gonna shine that light, orange the cunt.
I just want to address a couple of things because it's starting to get up my nose a little bit. Some of them are. Just people again, but okay, I'll just address the Paul Thorpe thing first because that's the quickest and easiest one to do, and I'm not going to talk about him. So on the negative side of the comment, because the thing is, well, what I wish, and I said to you the other day, what I wish is the emails that I get and the private messages I get. I wish those people, and I am talking to you guys, yeah. Wish you would put that on the public forums so that people would see more of how there is a split. Because when you write to me privately, I appreciate the support, but it looks a certain way. With that said, whether you're writing to moan or whether you're writing to say, yeah, whatever, I don't care. For me, that video was done the other day. I feel like when I look back, I probably did it wrong. The way I approached it should have been a longer video. I should have done some more explaining. And also, if I'm honest, like that Paul, the other Paul from this channel came on and said, you know, whenever you get involved in these things, your channel doesn't tend to do well out of it, whether you're right or wrong. And he's very right. And what I've noticed, one of the biggest criticisms out of that video is people think that I'm jealous of Paul Thorpe's money. And I'm not sure how they come to that conclusion. I kind of am. Maybe it's because I spoke so quickly, but let me just make one thing very, very clear. I'd be a total hypocrite if that is what I thought. Listen to what I've said to you over the last few months. I'm opening up a second channel, guys. Intention is to try and monetize it, so I could do more, blah, 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 blah. But intention is to monetize it. Intention is to try and make money so that I can afford to do these things for the movement, yeah? So what kind of person would I be to then look at somebody else who's doing exactly the same thing and say, oh, they shouldn't be doing that, that's disgusting? I'm sorry, but I just wouldn't do that. The way I look at it is that people who try and make money to run their podcasts in this movement have been given a hard time. Some of them rightly, because they've misspent money and made promises to people they didn't keep. In other cases, you know, they've just gone, made the money, spent it, and some donators will say, we don't care what you spend the money on, spend it on whatever. This is to say thank you, and you get that a lot. Don't care if you spend it on a holiday. But normally, if you're a smaller podcast like myself, you spend it back on the podcast because it's the one way you can upgrade things. So when I said the other day about Paul Thorpe's money, just to be clear, what I said, sorry, I had a phone call trying to come in. So what I actually said was, there's nothing Paul Thorpe's done that we haven't done. And then I went, actually, that's wrong. Because he's got more money, there are things he's been able to do, for say Urban Group, the movement, that we couldn't do. That was my point. That was it. So I was trying to say, what have you done that we haven't done? We've done everything you've done. And then I was like, well, no, actually, no, there's one thing we haven't done. And that is, we couldn't have provided the money that you provided. And the other point was that we've all struggled, and at least he's had the money there to support doing his activism, such as it is. And by such as it is, I mean not going very many places or whatever. But nevertheless, he does his thing. He makes his super chats. He makes his money, whatever else. I've got no problem with that. That's business. That's business. And it's up to you as an audience, if you've got a problem with it, not to give it. If you haven't got a problem with it, fine. That's how capitalism works. I'm in full favour of capitalism. You've got to remember, it's not specifically you guys, it's people on the other side of this screen that believe in capitalism until a podcaster tries to make money. Then suddenly they're all against you going behind a paywall. They're all against you making money. That's not everybody. That's a large percentage of people, regardless of how good you up and down the movement you are. So someone like Paul Thorpe, someone like me, or Danny Roscoe, or anybody else that Voice of Wales, anybody is making any money, good, because it's fucking difficult to. As I said, The worry was the mainstream media coming into our space, sucking the money out of you guys, telling lies to you to get that money, and then disappearing off and joining the other side. That was what I told you I was worried about. So if you have somehow got the idea that that translates to, just because I said the word money and Paul Thorpe in the same sentence, if that to you translates as jealousy, I would say that's your problem. Because I've got no problem with people making money. In fact, what I found out, especially in the last year or two, it's essential that we do. Because I'm not making money at the moment. You can see the videos that are coming out. It's now, I talked to someone about this the other day, they may want to be named, but it's not the free thing that it used to be to make a podcast. Like now, doing this, it looks shit, right? It's not free like it used to be. So, so again, I don't begrudge anybody making money. So, you could try and put it down to jealousy, but jealousy of what? I've already done the things that he's doing. Money-wise, yeah, I would always want more money, but there's a lot of people that have got more money than me. I don't begrudge them for it. So what is it exactly? What, speaking for Tommy? I don't want to speak for Tommy. I already told you the dangers that come with that. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to take that risk and take that danger. I want to be on the streets filming or whatever else. That's what I would go back to if I was asked. Or making videos for them behind the scenes. That's what I would go back to if asked. Or if they ever asked me to go back on the streets and interview people, that's what I would go back to. But there's certain things I'm not interested in because the sort of danger versus reward is not worth it. So yeah, that's that covered. Here's the other thing. I was supposed to meet someone yesterday, someone I'm not going to name, and I had to let them down because my dog hurt a leg and stuff, right? So I've been dealing with a lot of shit, which is completely separate to everything else, nothing to do with this Paul Thorpe video or anything else. And so I've got one person who I've sort of been getting on well with on the phone, and great, everything with us is kind of status quo after a bit of a bumpy start. Got another person who I was supposed to meet, yesterday, sorry, and had to let it down last minute, and because of my dog, and feel terrible about. And whilst all that's going on, I've got another person who, Helen, I bet you can guess who it is. Helen, I bet you can guess who it is without even thinking about it. Got another person saying, thanks, Tom, on my videos, for reasons I don't understand, and then sending me emails, which I won't read out because I would never do that to you. But I don't understand. I'm being sent emails saying this person might have been out of order today. About what? And then going on about how I hate them. Then they're going to go off and forget me. But I don't know what you're talking about. I bet everybody knows who it is who's saying it because it's always you. I'm sick to death of it. Every 6 months, you either have a drink or do whatever else and turn on me and this channel. It's got nothing to do with Thorpe or anything else. I don't know what your problem is. And here's the crazy thing. This person's got this problem of, I've done something. In some way I've let them down or something, but they won't tell me what it is. I haven't seen this person other than at demos in 4 or 5 years. So I've only seen them at demos. So I don't understand what it is I was supposed to do, or we have no arrangements. We've not arranged to see each other. We've not arranged to go anywhere. We've not arranged to talk. I don't know what your fucking problem is, but I swear to God, and you know who you are, and I bet other people do too, I gave you your last chance to come on this channel and not be like this a long time ago, and you passed that by about 3-4 times. Other people told me, don't bother with her because she'll just turn on you again. Here we are. I don't know what your problem is. All this, you'll never see me and hear from me again. Yeah, I will, that's the problem. In about a week's time. And then you'll be making silly comments. Then you'll be wanting to be friends in 6 months' time. So let me just explain it to you. And again, Helen, I bet you know who I'm talking about. You won't be hearing from me again. You're done. You can fuck off. I don't know what your problem is, but the fact that you couldn't even be bothered to explain it Tell me what it was. What have you done? You said you might have been out of order today. Well, there was no messages on my videos. So what do you mean? If you can't even be bothered to explain it, I definitely now am not interested in hearing it. Right? So I just wanted to clear this up with a few different people. I've let someone down really, really good. I've let someone down really good. And I'm taking shit from someone who's been nothing but a shit cunt to me since I joined this movement. He's done nothing but slag my channel off, slag me off, to the point where the women on this channel don't even come on and speak anymore because they're so fucking disgusted by you and your behaviour. You are not welcome, and this time the blockage will be permanent. Right? Seriously. And you come on and you make your silly comments and whatever else, I ain't interested. All I've seen from you is the same behaviour I saw before. I thought you were actually making an effort to get better. You are still as toxic as ever. And I may have done some things right or wrong, whatever, over recent times, but this has got nothing to do with it. This is something to do with your ego and whatever else. I don't know what's going on. I don't care. You don't get the right to just contact me at random and call me a cunt. You don't get to just contact me at random and try and ruin my day, especially a day that had already been ruined because I was supposed to be seeing someone who I was actually excited about seeing because that other person treats me with kindness and doesn't speak to me like a cunt like you do constantly with your emails and your texts. Just pure, utter hatred. Now let me ask you one question before I go. If you hate, look at these people, if you hate me so much, why do you keep bothering me? And keep saying, oh, sorry about that, I'm sorry. Oh, can we go out? Can we go out? And then a month later, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I can't tell you why because I won't say it on here. You know why. You know why. The paranoia, the bipolarist nature of it all. What could cause that? I've had enough. You're gone. You're gone. And I'm sorry to anybody who doesn't know what I'm speaking about, but it's probably best you don't. Because I don't make people's stuff private, public. This is as close to public as I'm going to make it because this is a warning. This is a fucking warning. Leave me the fuck alone or I will say your fucking name. Leave me alone. We're done. We're done. You're toxic, you're poison, and you'll like it wherever you go. Wherever you go. I'm sorry to be like this today. I don't want to be. I really don't want to be. I want to be on here apologising to the people I've let down. I want to be on here talking about other things that mean more. But you've got to understand, I've known this person since about 2020. Every 6 months, the same shit. I've had enough of being abused. I've had enough of being abused. And nothing, by the way, nothing to do with anything I've said recently, guys. Just a random nastiness. Without any context. I've had enough. You're done. You're done. And I don't mean just on here. You're done. Stay out of my life. I haven't seen you outside of a demo in 4 years. Right? We're not best friends. Stay out of my life.
I am gonna shine a light so fucking bright it will illuminate your strike. Yeah, I made this channel to shoot the shit and make you proud of it. To play the game, but to show you how it's played. I am the only one you know who is self-made. I am gonna shine a light, gonna shine a light. I'm gonna shine a light where they don't want you to see. Oh, this is a promise from me. Generation X.